Okay, so what I'm going to uh, dis- record now and describe to you, what I'm going to describe to you, what I'm trying to describe to you, and I would like you to understand, is that uh, I'm trying to start something that's probably in vain, because the chance of success are very limited. And the idea revolves in creating a program, an AI assistant, almost an AI assistant, called Chatter. So the aim of this assistant is to try to uh, generate and capture user interactions in order to learn from them, and to learn in a specific way, not in a generalized way. And the aim would be to instruct, to create an instruction set for the user to learn how to do things in a Linux distribution. How to do things on a Linux system. I'm using Ubuntu, of course. Mark, I'm still waiting for an answer. You haven't answered. Maybe you never will. Go fuck yourself for the second time. The first time was in my head, and this is the second, so it's the second time. So, in trying to create chatter, the basic logic of this is that I'm trying to create an interactive solution for the user in order to be able, through the assistant, to get information on the things that the user needs to perform in a system. And the Linux ecosystem is huge and it's free. That's the fantastic advantage of the system, is that you can, using the proper tools and the proper help and instruction, harness, let's say, the power of the system. And not, let's say, this is being applied every day, but users usually make content out of it. So proficient users, they use it in order to generate income, because the world out there is expensive, and they are trying to make money by showing you some basic stuff, and hopefully you will figure out the rest. So they are selling themselves basically, and their knowledge, which they display to a limited extent. But you can imagine that there is a pair of, let's say, a group of users, a community of users that have decided that they are going to help each other in a practical way. And the basic idea of this interaction is community driven. Not community driven in the standardized way. It's a community created, a created community, or a joint community, or an accepted community. You can have all the variations of community that you like, but it is one where the user decides what information to share and with whom, and to what extent and to what purpose. For example, if I want to share information on how to work on, let's say, an open office program, like Open Office Writer, which I use quite often. And it has many features, many different features, and I want to use them I want to use the program to its full extent in order to create amazing, uh, not work, but amazing layouts, apart from the structure. I mean, the content is up to uh, the user, up to the writer, but the layout is a matter of basically combining different elements, and in order to master the learning curve, this will take a long time. It's beneficial, but things change, preferences change, and the software involves some. You might need to try new things, and you will definitely want to try new things, and you have to start all over again. You take some concepts from the previous experience and try to apply them, or try to find similar ways in order to use them. And As software develops, of course, features become more powerful and more automated, but the advantage of the Linux system is that once the program becomes too complicated, it needs a support team, okay? So basically, at the end of the day, they will ask you to pay for it. And what you are basically paying is not, as a Linux community enthusiast and crazy nut, you will understand that it's not the people you are paying. Of course, if they produce good code, at the end of the day, they might fairly want to get paid for their contributions, but some people don't give a fuck. They offer their service for free, and that's why you are here talking. This is a free solution that you can use and everyone can use. So, at the end of the day, who's going to pay? What you are paying for essentially is not the development. The development takes time, and it takes people, and it takes ideas. And you would know, Mark, and the whole Google, Larry, Sergey, yeah, you do know. Anyway, so what you are paying for is for the, let's say, the technical expertise, but also mainly what you are paying to use is the hardware running them. The amazing technology behind these companies, which is it's hardware and software combined. Okay, so Linux has proven that the community can build an amazing software for free. So the creativity spreads out everywhere, and it creates opportunities and freedom for everyone. That's fantastic. But once a program and the software gets developed to a certain extent, it becomes proprietary if it's not in the first place. What Linux does is that the community-based programs are not proprietary. Everyone can use them for free, and they should be, and always be free. Okay, so what's the main difference? The main difference is that once you realize that it's the hardware that operates the system and the software that runs them, it can be nowadays it's created by AI. Fine, go fuck yourself, AI. I'm going to use you, but I'm going to support the community. First of all, the community of what you call enthusiasts, but they are very aware of what they are trying to create and how much freedom it offers them, and how much better security it offers them. So this is one point. But at the same time, once you figure out how to interconnect simple applications together, for example, to streamline a workflow, which you can do for free on Linux, fast, and it's not currently easy. So the aim is for it to become easier and faster. And there are solutions out there, and combinations of hardware and software that are unimaginable. Each user is unique, and he can choose his own unique setup, and that's what the users are doing. But each user's needs and workflows are different. So that's what's at stake, deeply at stake here. So, because once you remove this obstacle from the average user and he gets a safe and secure environment to run an efficient workflow according to the user's needs, go fuck yourself, it's game over. Who wouldn't want that? The problem is that the whole underlying effort requires training and understanding, and not through pictures, through actual writing and coding, which is acceptable to a lot of people who have some technical knowledge, but to the average user who doesn't give a fuck and just wants to do things, I belong in the intermediate category, but I'm more of a user. I know what I want to achieve, I know what I want to do, but fuck you. I just didn't take the time or didn't have the opportunity or whatever reasons you might find to learn, um, to seriously learn programming because life pushed me in another direction. Why the fuck do I have to be a programmer in order to run a software? But I want it for free, which is a paradox, but that's why love exists in the world. And people are able to offer free services without expecting anything in return, but thumbs up, fucking good. So once this is done and this has reached a critical mass, uh, companies that want to shake off their burden of proprietary software and they actually want to own and run their own methods, solutions, and workflows without relying on external. And why pay for something when you can have the same and better quality for your workflow for free? Plus, you are always limited by what Microsoft has in store for you because they get to decide. So now you take control and you decide. And once the solution has been proven, and it's obvious it has been proven because I'm running Linux Ubuntu right now and millions are as well. So this solution has been proven and it has evolved to a point of, and it will keep evolving to a point that there is no debate who will win this software competition. But the Ubuntu ecosystem also evolves separately along separate routes. So it's amazing. Okay, it's amazing what people can do. And with the modern tools, they can help themselves develop and find solutions better and faster. But what does the average user want? The average user wants simplicity and customization. I mentioned this idea a long time ago, about 2 or 3 years ago in the Ubuntu forums, and of course, it's been only recently that they decided to launch a native AI agent. I presented the idea years ago, but go fuck yourselves. You know what you are doing, right? Mark, you know, eh? Anyway, fuck. And that's how things will, for the user, will happen in a way, in a user-friendly way, and for him to decide to adopt something that can feel safe about, not feel worried about the help and support, because not only there is a community, but sooner or later the companies will start contributing their own employees to work on Linux. And they will say, hey, go fuck yourselves. What you are going to work on is the libraries we are using, the programs that we are using. Other companies can have them as well. Yes, but the user, this knowledge always spills out in Ubuntu. And it helps improve the system because fundamentally what everyone wants is a safe environment and functional and fast. So the companies, through open software, once they realize deeply in their hearts and minds that by contributing to the development, the developers themselves are aligned towards these kinds of goals, which are freedom, safety, reliability, user friendliness, and they really don't want to have to answer to anyone but themselves, because that's what they have. This software, it's theirs. That's why they are creating. They don't want to answer, and they want to make money for it. Yeah, no software developer or code developer is going to go to waste, because not only the applications are evolving, but how they are used is evolving. The kind of companies that will start using these methods is increasing, and at the end of the day, once the monopolies, the software monopolies that are able to um, profit without actually doing anything, without actually offering anything in return, they just sit back and make a profit. And other companies are doing that as well through them. So what's going to happen when the users start figuring out solutions that are going to reduce their workflows and keep and improve the quality at the same time for free? Let's say you have a company that has a lot of paperwork or wants to manage uh, paperwork more efficiently, and you provide a solution. Someone somewhere finds a solution that you can take this document, scan it, and edit it and share it with a translator, or automatically post it, or use it in any way. It can be used, imagine, it can be used in many, 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 many ways. It's up to you to find a way that works for you. Okay, and this can happen with any combination of software. Okay, so once the companies realize that they have a free solutions to their problems, which for many they don't see them as problems because they are used to this shit. Okay, so once they become aware of the kind of things that they can achieve for free, supported throughout their lifetime, they will have a much greater interest in helping and in using Linux distributions. Okay, so users help other users, and they help themselves, and they help each other to reduce these workflows, to improve them, improve the quality, so that at the end of the day you have businesses experiencing better performance through better use of software and the software combination. Because I don't have a lot of money as a business, and the solutions require subscriptions, and I can go switch over to Linux and use this kind of thing for free. The answer is go fuck yourselves. I'm going to use them for free, of course, and I can reach customers, improve customer service through offering free, proven uh, services that work for my customers for the particular needs that I'm serving, may it be delivering pizza or selling or tutoring. It can be whatever you may want. And moreover, I can set this up easily and fast in my own way, and be able to control all the parameters of the environment, so that the customer is aware that he's being respected and protected. So what difference that is going to make is that reliability. The customers will look for, once you have time of what the customer expects from you from a point on, will be Reliability, motherfuckers. You have the time and you don't improve their services, go fuck yourselves. I'll find another person who took the time off when you work with these solutions, who takes the time off to take care of the customer and improve the services. This is not always done through software, through talking to people, through understanding their problems and needs, through connecting with them. They have time not for holidays, but a serious businessman will have time for the customers and his employees, which is a win for everyone. He will treat his employees better, the employees will treat each other better, unless they have time to smoke cigarettes, which they just might. Who gives a fuck? Do whatever the fuck you want, is the answer. But at the end of the day, this opens up the competition and equalizes competition, or brings it to a level where companies with who offer services with based on proprietary resources can now go fuck themselves, because the middle or the small company has the same resources or uses techniques that are effectively solving the same problem at the same speed with the same quality. What the fuck do you want? Miracles won't happen in a day, but they will take place. So the switch to free software, no matter how long it takes or how long it takes, brings advantage, well, in today's world, basically to everyone. That's the point. And I do believe it should be community driven, because take for example an expert at graphical design. Okay, let's say someone knows how to design cats in a particular program very, very well. So what you have is an expert at doing a particular thing. Once this person decides to share the how-to knowledge of certain aspects of his work that are key to improving quality, efficiency, and so on, and you are able to access this knowledge, because as I said, once the field is leveled, for example, you have great drawing skills, but you don't know how to present them to someone, or where to post them, or how to use them. You take these drawing skills and you apply a solution, and in which case the beneficiary is you, because you don't take time to learn how to apply these solutions in a new software environment or in a developing software environment. So once this solution is made available to you, the best man wins. And you can find ways to make a profit, that if that is the skill that you want to sell or give it away for free. So what the fuck? You can do whatever you want. Let's say you have a community of developers and they are sick and tired of things, of paying for things. You create your own server. You have a library filled with images that you can use them to make presentations, use them for video editing or whatever the fuck you want. Okay, create project reports, use them everywhere. And imagine that you have a network that can share, a network that can help each other learn and do things better. So you have someone who creates, who is good at creating. He can keep on doing that, because at the end of the day, the people who make use of this, let's say, talent, You may want to describe it. Why the fuck pay for AI? If you can create the same outcome and share the outcome to different people, and basically it's a self-repeating pattern. The pattern expands. Big companies want you to expand in a different way, in their way, because that's what they have decided to do. And you want to, and you are able to expand in a personal way. You have this option, along with others. And you have a reliable platform that allows you to do these kind of things. So once this knowledge is shared, everyone who is part of the community benefits. And the creativity that can be unleashed by that is off the top, okay? They can do anything as long as you find a way to beat the learning curve that is required to learn how to do things on this particular system. If you can do that, for example, I can streamline this output because I have this recording button. Let's say I want to be able to keep clips. For example, I make a pause. I write a script, I transcribe it, I somehow find a way to understand the pauses and have an editor trim and extract only speech, actual speech without. So I have a fast editing solution, or let's say the content that I want to keep is this part of the video where something is explained. So I plug it into a transcriptor, have the AI locate the segment where this content is located, and somehow I find a way to edit and keep this part of the video, and it can all be done automatically. I don't have to scroll up and down all the time. There is no telling what you can come up with. That's the idea. Because once, let's say I have an assistant that is able to provide me with this kind of solution, game over. I can do the particular thing that my mind is set out to do. And if I can actually do that, it's fuck all, basically. Thank you for listening. The next episode in the Captain's Log is going to be really serious, because I'm a really serious person, as you can see.